Hey guys, Zephina here, and I'm going to dive right in with what the title of this video has already revealed. A cast call. I can't believe I haven't come up with this before, because honestly, before I started doing YouTube, I was strictly a fanfic author, but since I've begun making YouTube videos, I've wanted to start narrating. That being said, you've all taken well to my Sandersides content, whether that be animatics or character themes or whatever. And my stories are always linked in the descriptions of my videos, but I've written one that I've yet to release, which would lend itself well to narration. Now, before anyone gets turned off or whatever to the idea of possibly voicing these characters, the one thing that I want to go ahead and put out there is that there are no ships involved. I have said on multiple accounts that I do not dislike any of the ships. I don't diss anyone who ships the characters. I just personally don't. And so, really, I write my stories to be platonic. So, that way, if you want to do it, you ship the characters, you don't ship the characters, it's a win-win situation. That being said, now I feel would be a really good chance for me to interact with all of you and begin my narrating. So, let's get on to the cast list. The first part is obvious, the narrator, which will be reading the behind the scenes, what isn't dialogue, quite literally. Now, I've always assumed that this role would be taken up by myself, but if you have a passion for my stories and you want to do the base narration, especially if you have a voice that really lends itself to narration, I am more than willing to give you a shot to do that. So, that would be great. The next character that I need help with is Logan. So obviously, I don't need to really go into too much detail about what I'm expecting out of these characters because you guys have seen the series as much as I have. But obviously, I'm looking for mostly stoic, cold in this. You don't need to sound exactly like Logan, but obviously, nobody's going to sound exactly like Thomas Sanders. But try to get as close to the inflection as you can. The next character that we're going to need is Roman, who I have tried in the past, but absolutely cannot voice myself. I am not nearly flamboyant enough to be the drama queen that Roman is. I wish I could, but I can't. That being said, let's move on to the next one. Patton. Patton, again, wish I could voice him. Can't voice him. I am not hyper enough for that. So, he's the next character that we need help with. After that, we're actually going to get into where this is going to be very, very interesting. So, Thomas himself. So, the story that I have written, later on, Thomas does come in, and so I can voice him, but not well. That being said, I also need a voice actor or actress, or variation thereupon, for both Joan and Talyn, because they actually come in the story as well, sometimes together, sometimes apart. And so I really think that this would be a good time to see what you guys can do and see how well your impressions of Thomas, Joan, and Talyn really are. Now, you'll notice that in the list, there are a couple of characters missing, and that would be Deceit, who does not make an appearance in this story, and Virgil. The reason Virgil is not in the cast call is because I intend on voicing him myself. I have spent way too long perfecting his inflection. So I intend to voice him myself, and then have you guys come in for the rest of the characters. So, now that we have the list out of the way, let's start with a basic rundown for what this story would be. So, the gist of the story is the Mind Palace has found itself in a prank war. You heard me correctly, a prank war. I will not lie that the story is heavily influenced by the Trap House crew, if any of you have ever seen them, and a lot of the pranks pulled are based off of those videos. So if you want to see the source content, I'll definitely give you those links if I end up casting you. That being said, And it'll also be in the actual story when it's posted, the description for that. Anywho, so that being said, it's about a prank war, and honestly, some of the things that I have written, I've run it by my friend, my dear friend, who is also my editor, and they were cackling just as much as I was, so I hope that's a good sign that the story is funny. I thought a lighthearted prank war story would be great as an introduction. And then if you guys later on down the line decide that you want to do another story of mine, or you have a suggestion of a story that you would like me to do after this one, we can see about maybe pulling together the same group of people, or maybe a different group, to see if we can get more people out there and see about doing that. So, just to recap, if you want to audition for the part of the narrator, go for it. I mean, I'm perfectly willing to narrate the story myself, but if you think you can do it, I am all for that. We need Logan, we need Roman, we need Patton, Thomas, Joan, and Talyn, because they all get involved in this story. So, definitely, if you want to be in it, I am going to leave my email address that you can contact me at in the description below, and just contact me, basically leave your YouTube channel name or somewhere that I can contact you, whether that be via email or preferably Discord. Discord would be the best way for this to work out, seeing as we're going to have to talk through this. So, leave me your Discord in the email, and send me a couple of audio files with your audition for either one of the characters or multiple of the characters, and I will see about casting you. And if all goes well, I'll get back to you, I'll upload a video, and we can get to work on, hopefully, narrating a story for YouTube. So anyways, with that out of the way, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to get back to you soon.